Welcome to the Bendino Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. The WNBA continues to be the wokest league in all of professional sports. The cesspool known as the WNBA. With more eyeballs thanks to Caitlin Clark, with more eyeballs thanks to Sophie Cunningham. People who never paid attention to this league are now paying attention, and they're seeing it for what a true abomination it is. People are now realizing that WNBA players, WNBA teams, coaches, staff, they don't come out for the national anthem. They don't come out for the national anthem. They just sit in the locker room, put rap music on, and bob their head. My question is, and I would love for any of them to answer, why are you in the locker room, number one? Oh, because they're protesting. Okay, fine. Number two, what exactly are you protesting? Something tells me that if you were to ask these players what exactly they were protesting, they wouldn't know. Or they would try to bullshit and say this rights and that rights and this rights and that rights and those lives matter and these lives matter. And you'd be like, wait, so whose rights are getting infringed upon? So who's not getting the rights? Oh, well, they're getting the rights. Okay, so they're getting the rights. Okay, now who's saying whose lives don't matter? What do you mean lives don't matter? No, nobody's saying that people's lives don't matter. Somebody, well, they really don't know what they're protesting. They're just saying buzzwords in their mind, making them feel special. However, one team does come out for the national anthem. One team does come out every single game for the national anthem, and it makes me wonder, why do you guys come out for the national anthem? Well, I think the answer is because Caitlin Clark's on your team. That's why you come out for the national anthem, because you guys are coming out in 2024. There's pictures of the Indiana Fever in 2023, not coming out. 2022, not coming out. 2021, not coming out, kneeling. The head coach, Stephanie White, when she was in Vanderbilt in 2020, she refused to come out for the national anthem. So they're really only coming out as a team because Caitlin Clark's on that team. And fortunately for us, Sophie Cunningham is on that team as well. So she's coming out for the national anthem. She's putting her hand over her chest. Let's get into it, shall we? Like the video, have the video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And subscribe to the channel, that would mean so much to me. Sophie Cunningham was the only one from her whole team who stood with her hand over her heart during the national anthem. The Atlanta Dream didn't even bother coming onto the court. Now, I'm not going to throw a fit over putting your hand on your heart. I'm okay. You want to put your hand on your heart. You want to put your hands crossed behind your back. You want to put your hands crossed in front of you, standing at attention. I'm fine with all of that. I'm not going to throw a fit over either of those three. However, what I will throw a fit about is when you're pulling a Victor Wembanyama like this. When you're just dazed, looking up in the sky like an airhead. When you're fixing your hair like we'll see some Indiana Fever players doing. That's what I have an issue with. Let's take a look real quick, shall we? So we have these two players over here fixing their hair. But I will give them credit because I watched the whole entire video. They must have just been in the middle of fixing their hair. Because after they got hands behind their back, head down, I'm for it. So I will give them a pass, although, come on. Fix your hair some other time, right? Fix your hair some other time. But at least they finished strong. Now we got this broad right here in the white. That's not in the practice jersey. We got this chick right here, arms crossed, not giving a fuck. We have the player next to her, not giving a rat's ass. And I believe the player next to her is Bree Hall. So we have two players side by side. Neither of these players get any playing time. They're both bench warmers. They're both on developmental contracts. You don't know what a developmental contract is. It means you're not good enough to play on the team. So we just give you a little bit of extra change in case somebody on the main roster gets injured. Think about minor league baseball contract, but you travel with the team. Then we have Raven Johnson, who's right behind Lexi Hull, who has her hands behind her back, right behind the white girl, in case you guys don't know. Raven Johnson's fixing her hair, or fixing her weave, or whatever the case may be. Then we get to Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham, hand over her heart. Caitlin Clark, arms crossed behind her back. I don't have a problem with either of that. But as we zoom out, what do we see? or should I say, what don't we see? And that's the Atlanta Dream players out on the court. You see it right here too. So the Atlanta Dream players didn't come out for the national anthem. And then on the Indiana Fever, we have these two brats not giving a fuck. And then we have Raven Johnson, the other brat from South Carolina, Dawn Staley, not giving a fuck. Shout out to Sophie Cunningham putting her hand over her heart. Sophie Cunningham, she's going to make a fortune just by being the only normal girl in this entire fucking league. Sophie Cunningham, the only respectable WNBA player at this point, just trashed the whole league. WNBA's only patriot. Queen of America. Honestly, if you don't like being an American, go live somewhere else.
Sophie Cunningham is a true American hero and a patriot. Here we have a very disturbing visual as an American. We have the national anthem being played at a major sporting event. We have the Fever on the court, and the only one with the hand over the heart, guess who it is? Sophie Cunningham. Apparently, the other team, the Atlanta Dreams, didn't even come to the court. And I wanted to talk about this. I'm a big sports fan, right? I live in a major metropolitan area. I should specify I'm a big Detroit sports fan. Detroit Tigers, Detroit Red Wings, hell yeah. So I'll tell you this, I've been to many games. And at every game that I go to for the national anthem, I stand up.
Yep.
And if I have a hat on, even though I'm not a man, I take it off and I put my hand over my heart no matter how I feel. I do not sit down. And I know that that is a form of protest and it's free speech. But let me tell you something. I'm sick of this anti-American bullshit. Oof. These people have advantages that they would never have in other countries. This is the greatest country on earth, and they don't care.
Rant over. This is the crazy part of it all as well. WNBA's Atlanta team invited her to sing the national anthem, then didn't stay to hear it. You invite this woman to do the national anthem because it's, quote, an incredible honor. She gave a great rendition and later called it an incredible honor, except the Atlanta Dream players weren't on the court for it. Nope, they were in the locker room. If an American player chooses not to stand for the national anthem here, should that player be selected to represent the United States at the Olympics? Damn. Wow. WNBA, yeah, the hypocrisy not being, we would not be political pawns, and they invite the Honorable Stacey Abrams. But here we go. This happens frequently in the WNBA. Here we have them against the Las Vegas Aces. Las Vegas Aces, they're not coming out for the national anthem. We have somebody who frequently attends games saying the Connecticut Sun, they have this woman come out by herself. Instead of staying in the locker room with her teammates, she comes out by herself to give respect. Which leads me to this question. Does the Indiana Fever actually have these conversations with free agents to say, hey, we're going to stand for the national anthem? I mean, it is what it is. Because we know the coach of the Indiana Fever, Stephanie White, when she was in Vanderbilt, yeah, they were busy kneeling over there in Vanderbilt. But I said earlier as well, do they even know what they're protesting, or is it all performative? Because here we are at the WNBA All-Star game, and they're all, coincidentally enough, out for the national anthem. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.